Okay, so this is the PvE event that is going to be happening for the Critical Role Challenger Deck series. So if you're joining me for that, I just did a reaction video over. You can find it on the channel. But here it is. I want to talk about the first look, the rules at what the Dark Ritual player versus the game looks like. Player versus environment, right? Dark Ritual. After encountering the villainous Briarwoods, this is just lore stuff. I care about the mechanics, right? Set up. Set the Briarwoods health at 25 life for each player playing. Okay. By the way, my boy Clint wrote the awesome flavor info on this, so I guess I will now read the awesome flavor. Okay. After encountering the villainous Briarwoods in Whitestone, your party fought them down to the ancient temple beneath the city, the Ziggurat. With their backs against the wall, the Briarwoods prepared to enact their dark ritual ahead of schedule, so long as you don't interfere. Now, as you stand before the couple, weapons drawn, it's time to roll. Love that. Okay, set up the Briarwoods health at 25 for each player playing. Each player reveals cards from the top of their deck until they have revealed 3 foundations. They build those foundations, then shuffle the rest into their deck. Finally, players draw their opening hands and make mulligan decisions. Interesting. It would be when I don't know if I'm going first or second. Maybe I haven't read that far. I don't know if I'm going first or second. At the beginning of the combat phase, choose a player to be the first player who was not the first player during the last combat phase. The combat phase consists of players taking turns, each playing one card or choosing not to play a card. After each player has played a card or chosen not to play a card, the Briarwoods activate. Note if a player fails a check to play a card during their turn, the Briarwoods retaliates against them. The combat phase consists of players taking turns, each playing one card or choosing not to play a card. When the Briarwoods activate, play the ability and take the appropriate actions. If an activation effect affects all players, begin with the first player and resolve the effect left to right. If the player's cards or effects ask the rival to make a choice, the player who controls the card or effect makes the choice instead. If a card or effect asks the rival to take an action they're not able to take, the player may choose the outcome most favorable to them. Okay. So the way that I'm understanding it is if I've got me and 2 buddies, so three players, we've got 75 health to chew through, and then I play a card, I play an attack, and resolve it. We'll find out when it says attacking and blocking. Then player B plays a card and resolves it. Player C plays a card and resolves it. And then each player who's played a card... Okay. Each playing one card and choosing not to play a card. After each player has played a card or chosen not to play the Briarwoods activate. So play, because there's 3 of us. Briarwoods activate. And then play, Briarwoods. Play, Briarwoods. Am I catching that free? Attacking and blocking. Player attacks deal their damage minus the Briarwoods toughness, which as we can see here is 2. You just always hit. From an attack. When the Briarwoods toughness prevents at least some damage from an attack, the attack is considered partially blocked. If the speed of an attack is greater or equal to the Briar's agility, the attack ignores toughness. That's clever. So if you're just faster than them, you just get to hit and it doesn't take away toughness. Smart way to do it. Any player may block for another player. The block is placed in its owner's card pool. If the block is successful, the targeted player takes no damage and the blocking player loses 1 health. So if you block for somebody else, you get the penalty of lose 1. Each player may play a maximum of 1 enhance ability during any other player's attacks. That's very cool. So if I play an attack, I play all of my enhances that I want to play, and then my 2 partners can play 1 enhance during my attack. Okay? The combat phase ends when no other player is able to play any cards, or when all players choose to end it and all actions from the Briarwoods have resolved. If all players choose to end the combat phase, the Briarwoods retaliate against all players. To end the combat phase, players clear their card pool and start a new collective start phase. And this is with somebody else who is there. If I half block for somebody else, target player still takes half damage and I lose 1. Yes, that is what I would assume. Yeah. Okay. Whoa, that's crazy. Okay. I think that I am ready to look at this page. The Briarwoods. So 25 health per player, agility 2, toughness, has these symbols. Retaliation. The Briarwoods may retaliate against one or more players during gameplay. The Briarwoods retaliate against a player or players win. A player's attack deals 10 or more damage to them. A card or effect instructs them to. When a player fails a check to play a card during their turn. Fails to check to play a card. So if you pass on playing a card, the Briarwoods do not retaliate. After each player has played a card or chosen not to play a card, the Briarwoods activates. Okay. And it is they activate, they don't retaliate. Difference in these words. Retaliation versus activation. These are very similar words, and so we have to do it. Okay. So play 1 checks at your risk. 1 checks are pretty good. To retaliate, roll a d6. After a player, the player retaliated against, defends against an attack as follows. Rolling a 1 to 2, it's a 3 low for 6, a 4 low for 8, or 4 mid for 8, a 4 high for 7. Interesting. And if they're at desperation, effectively, can you play enhances on the retaliation? And attack as follows. Yeah. I think the Briarwoods just pass on every enhance. That's what I would assume. Is they just pass on every enhance, but you get to play. I'll make this thing slower. I'll change its zone. I'll give it minus damage. You get to play enhances. My question is as we look back, right? When no able each player may play a maximum of 1 enhance ability during any other player's attack. Can I play 1 enhance during the Briarwoods? Briarwoods are retaliating against player A. Can I play an enhance as player B? Do I get 1 enhance for my buddy? Can I commit a card and say, hey, this thing gets... Nope, the Briarwoods just attack them. Makes sense for you. Okay, I'm in. Okay, let's look at these activations. So at the Briarwoods activate after all players have either played a card or passed during the combat phase. When the Briarwoods activate, roll a d6 and refer to this list of effects to see what happened. Silas Hunger. All players lose 3 health. The Briarwoods gain health equal to the total lost health by players this way. The Briarwoods get +1 agility this combat. That's messed up. That's so good. So assume all retaliations are flash moves. Got it? No. They're not flash moves, Final Max. Player B and player A can't... player B and player C can't play enhances on player A when they are getting retaliated at. Necromantic Assault. Retaliate against all players. Okay. The player being retaliated against... for Necromantic Assault, do you roll 1 die for your retaliation? Or if there are 3 players, you roll 3 die? Each player rolls. Love it. Delilah's Sorcery. Each player discards a card and loses 1 health. That's very good. Retaliate against each player with the fewest cards in their hand or tied for fewest. That's scary. Each player commits 1 foundation and loses 2 health. The Briarwoods get +2 toughness until the next activation. Whew, hush spell. Until the next activation, after an attack is played, roll a 1d6 on a 1 or 2. Seal the attacking character. Wow. On the next activation, after an attack is played, seal the attacking character. On a 3 to 5, seal the attack. What happens on a 6? On a 6. On a 6, nothing happens? Don't fail your will save. On a 6, you pass your will save? That's incredible. That's on a 6, you pass your save. The next time you do this, I would put on a 6, nothing happens. I would actually put on a 6, you pass your save. Like, genuinely, I would put that. That's very cool. Chaotic Domination. Beginning with the first player this turn, each player rolls a 1d6. On a 1 or 2, they resolve the most recent attack in their card pool against the player on their right with +2 speed. Then discard that attack from their card pool. How cool! How cool! When I came into, because I saw the fact that we were doing a PvE for the pre-release, I was like, there's no way that you're going to make me like and enjoy this. Obviously, I'm just reading it. I haven't tried it. I will be trying it with Twitch chat before the event comes out, I promise. I will record, I will do it, and we'll make it happen. This looks fun. This looks fun, and I am way more interested in making when we talk about customizable cards, right? And making entire kits for cards. I think it is way more interesting to make this as a customizable thing than to make like full playsets. Player 2 mole for everybody. That's huge. That's very important. Okay. I think this is cool. And I'm excited to try it. I'm really, really excited to try it. For everybody at home, if you're excited to take on the Briarwoods and stop the Dark Ritual, make sure that you check out if you have a local game store. If you need to find a local game store, make sure you go. I will put a link in the description of this video, and you may find one by emailing the people. It is super, super awesome. This looks cool, and I'm excited for more interesting things like this in the future. But I would love to know what you guys think. Let me know in the comments down below. And with that said, you guys, thank you for watching. And as always, I wish you well.